What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and we are going to go over Bitcoin quickly today. It is my birthday, so make sure you give me a happy birthday comment down below. Also, if you've never done it before, or even if you do it every time, make sure you scroll down, smash that thumbs up, and let's get into it. Make sure you subscribe to the video if you haven't already. We have tracked Bitcoin almost perfectly to the T for well over a year now, so let's get into it. So this is the Dow Jones. If we continue to get resistance here, I had showed you guys this on the RSI. There was hidden bearish divergence here, which are making higher highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price action. Does look like we have a continuation to the downside unless we reverse here. It's 10 o'clock as of the time of making this video. If we do get a pump up here, Bitcoin could get one more pump, but there's some key areas we need to watch. We'll look at that in the smaller time frames. First, let's go into the bigger time frames right after the DXY. So the DXY right now is getting support on the 4-hour. Right on the 55 EMA here. As you guys know, we talked about this. If we were able to break down below here, this was our next point of support, 105, but it does seem like we are looking pretty bullish now. Let's look at this on the daily real quick before we move on to Bitcoin. Yes, looking pretty damn bullish here. We'll see what happens today. Could be, you got the FOMC meeting and all that stuff going on. So there's a lot of hype in the market of what's going to happen, but we kind of take a look at it all together and come up with our conclusion. Let's take a look. Here's the weekly, or I'm sorry, the monthly. This was our monthly support at 24.5. Let's see how this monthly closes. As I've talked about before, a close below this trend line here on the monthly is extremely bearish for Bitcoin, which with much more downside possible. Again, this is going to be a quick video, but as you guys know, we have these measurements here. This is how we got our first target from the breakdown right here. We took this length of the channel, brought it down, got us perfectly to our target down here. Then we created another bear flag, boom, perfectly to our target here. If that's the same case here, if we do breakdown this week, now I'm saying if it breaks this week and closes down below this, here are our targets. First one being 15.4. Then we have 14.2, and then we have 7,200 as a possibility. Now, that doesn't mean we go straight down to there. Obviously, this takes time. As you guys know, I'm looking at this as almost a repeat of the dot-com bubble. I made this chart on December 2nd. I also made a video. You can go right to my YouTube channel and check it out from there. But I made it on December 2nd, warning people when we were way up here that this could be what we're looking at. I still believe this to be a good possibility. And if you look at the market cheat sheet, it almost looks the same. It's like you get, I know Elliott wave, you can't have 5 waves down is not a correction, but in a bubble pop, that's how it happens. You always have a big, deep low. Then you get a bull move to the upside, get everyone bullish. I talked about it in yesterday's video. You can check it out. And then you get a false bottom down here. Then you get a pump and one more low. Just be cautious here, guys. I know a lot of people are screaming the bottom's in. I do not believe so. If my opinion changes, I will let you know. So this is what I have drawn in here. We've had this for over a week now, looking like this is going to play out. Obviously, this 17.7 is going to play a key role. That is critical if we get down to that level. Before we get into smaller time frames, if you guys are interested in trading, check out Prime XBT, by far my favorite exchange. You can trade altcoins, Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, Bitcoin, everything, all from one exchange. Definitely check them out. Links down below. If you use my promo code SAVVY50, you can get up to a $7,000 bonus. SAVVY25 will get you 25% off your fees. This chart here is also from a couple of weeks ago. We talked about this playing out as a fractal here. It does seem to be playing out. If we zoom in here, actually, let's look at this chart. So if we zoom in here, I told you yesterday, if we broke the 21.6, look for 21.160. If that breaks, our next target's down here. Now, depending on how long it takes to get down here, let's say it happens in the next couple days, around that 19.7, 19.6 range, possibly. And if that does break, that is going to be key. This bottom trend line right here is major key support. If that breaks, We open and close from 4 hours below it, maybe come back, test it for support and continue down. Our first target is going to be that 17.5 after the break of 19.6. If that breaks, then we have the channel measured move right here. I also have one more chart I'm going to show after this in a 4 hour, looking at this as a possible rising broadening wedge bear flag. I drew this in as a possibility yesterday. I showed you that it could pop up and come back up into this range, but these are the targets. 15.7 being the first one. We do break this 17.5, and then of course we have the bear flag target of around 7,700. Again, it doesn't mean it goes straight down there. Also, looking at the RSI, if we zoom in here, let me pull this up. I told you a break of this would be pretty bad, and we did break it. We may come back up to retest this. Let's take a look at where that could get us if we come up to retest that. We're going to zoom in here. So if we are able to break back above this 21,160 range, that should be our new resistance. Otherwise, we can get up to that 21.4 range, which is going to be the 8 EMA. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Then we'll take a look at some fib levels too. But right here, that center line, if we come back up to retest that, it could be as high as 21.6, 21,650, possibly somewhere in that range. If we break up above 22,100 range and get support there, then we could be going up to retest the top of this. But let's take a look at our fib levels now. This is the 0.236 fib right down here. Actually, let me redo that. Let's put this fib retracement from this last low to this high, and we'll see where we could be. So right now we're getting a bounce on the 0.618. Our next stop, oh, that's why I had this here. So I'm going to keep it there around 20,030. So depending on how quick we get down here, but remember, any break of this bottom trend line off these two bottom wicks here is disastrous for Bitcoin. 20.3 is our 0.786 fib. If we do come down to there, we may get another pump up to retest this 22.5 range or whatever before continuing down. But either way, guys, I think this is still bearish here. We may get a fake pump, but this is the other way I was looking at this as a possibility. I had this drawn in. You can see that hit almost perfectly. Then it shows us getting a pump back up to maybe that 21.5 range and then continuing down. But remember, look at this as a rising broadening wedge, right? We take this measured move from the break, depending on where it breaks, gets us down to around that 14.4 level. So that is going to be a key area to keep your eye on if we break that 19.6, 19.7 range, guys. So there it is. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I'm heading off for the birthday. We're going to take the boat and the dogs out and have a good time. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Don't forget, smash the likes, leave your comments. I'm out.